All right, now I got it. All right, welcome everybody out there on YouTube and we have in the house we have our friends from Australia, the UK, and all over America, and welcome. It is Nature's Frequencies Saturday main event, and today is probably the best product in the planet, the Food Freshness Card. We are going to focus on it. The Food Freshness Card is the only product that I know of that has won 14 international awards. It won a gold medal Edison. Oh, let's go to the screens, Arj.
Yep, let's go to the screens.
Let's go to the screens
Do you
because,
see what I see?
I see a pinch out for a bigger view. I see it now.
You should see this.
All right. Well, isn't that a beautiful view? That's probably RJ's view. So, welcome to our Saturday main event. And this is our Saturday Zoom. We are focused on saving food. We have won 14 international awards. 14. That is amazing. It really is. Most people win one and they're happy. We won 14. We have 6 U.S. patents. We've been live on Fox News and Stuart Varney and Company. We've been featured in USA Today, and we're coming up to 2 million tons of food saved. We're pretty happy about that, helping the world save food. So what do we got next, Arj? Oh,
10
we are
years.
celebrating 10
It's
years. Are we hit 11 yet?
in
We passed
August.
10.
In August, and
Uh,
it'll officially be 11.
all right, I knew it was coming.
Yep.
Well, that's always a good thing. We've been manufacturing our products for 10 years, and that's awesome. And we're proud to say that. Good job, Arj.
Here we
Next,
go. Today's topic.
today's topic, keeping food fresh. All right. Why is this such a hot topic? If you go shopping now, like berries, $5. Uh, go to the produce section. What you like? My wife eats smoothies and stuff, and you look at it, and the prices are incredibly high. So, with that being said, you really don't want it to go to waste. And everybody who's had our food freshness card knows really doesn't go to waste. So now more than ever, the food freshness card is important. If you know somebody that likes to eat fresh, give them one. Save money. Let them be happy. They'll thank you forever and ever and ever and ever. So, anyways, that's a little bit about today's topic. What's next, Dodge? Did you know that we throw away 1.3 RJ
Billion tons of food per year.
billion tons of food a year?
Enough to
That's
feed 3 billion people, or 10 times the population of the US.
that is a boatload of waste. We can help that. And 3 billion get thrown away. We help save almost 2 million tons. That's a dent. Now imagine if everybody did that. And the average household spends over $2,000 a year on waste. But that was like 2 years ago when prices were like half.
Yep.
So I don't even want to know what it is now. It's probably closer to 4,000 a year, but it is what it is. What can we do?
We can use the food
healthy.
freshness card.
We can use a food freshness card. Why? Because you stick it in your fridge and everything lasts. Leftovers don't get slimy. You don't find the mold on stuff. And it's just classic. It just put it in, it does its thing. If you have vegetables, put it in the vegetable drawer. If you have a fruit bowl, put it under the fruit bowl. You'll be amazed. It works. So, Arj, don't we have a couple videos?
Yeah, we got a couple cool things. Just wanted to mention that it is manufactured under 3 granted U.S. patents. It's won the Gold Medal Edison Award and a slew of other awards. And this was one of the first milestones that MarketWatch released. This is us preventing 1 million tons of food waste from going to landfill. That number is now creeping up to 2 million tons prevented. So,
Arj, when was that? About 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
This was from, 2 years ago. This is from 2022.
We're doing good.
So
okay.
We're doing good. We're doing good.
We're trying to help the food waste issue. But I keep thinking about the, average family. It's over $2,400 a year of waste. You know, it's got to be double since that study.
Mm-hmm.
Produce is so expensive. Nectarines were like $4.99 a pound. Or I'm like looking at it. It's like that's like one nectarine or something. I was amazed when I saw it. It was like, how much? Because I don't always food shop, but I was in the market and I'm like, wow, nectarines are a lot. Anyways, not to pick on nectarines, but they're heavy. But anyways, what's next, Arj?
All right. Now we just got a quick little shot of 1 month potatoes. Look, they grew.
Yeah. Um, we can replicate the frequency of the earth. So potatoes grow eyes, without a doubt.
As
You'll
you
see
can see.
they want to live. And somebody sent us that picture and it was pretty wild. But yeah,
And
this
speaking of
is
that,
something that everyone's got to understand. This is vine ripe tomatoes, and the lab tested it, and all of our time lapse photography has been video stamped. The stamp is on the bottom right, so you can see it age. RJ, play this baby and watch this age.
yep. See the
And the
one.
bottom left, boom. It actually, when you replicate the frequency of the earth, the plants and vegetables try to live. And that tomato grew a stem, try to live, while the other ones are total mold products and belong in the waste hopper before you get bugs growing out of them in your house. So that's your choice. 40 days on the left, 40 days on your right. RJ, was 30 or 40?
This is 40 days.
Yeah, 40 days. And those are all edible tomatoes on the left. Those are absolutely, I wouldn't even cut a piece off those and try to save it.
Nope.
So at today's prices, $2.50, throw it away. They're trash. The ones on the left, eat it, enjoy it. So
All right, now let's see some bread.
this is the coolest thing. The lab simply took a loaf of bread, put half in a Ziploc, half in a Ziploc, half on the food freshness card. Hit play and watch what happens.
And keep in mind, the food freshness card never has to touch the food. As you can see, it's in a baggie, and then the food freshness card is beneath it. So just keep that in mind.
Keep that in mind.
Mm-hmm. Once again, this is the same loaf of bread cut in half. I know which one I'm going to eat.
Right. 5 months. And it's the total mold product. I wouldn't even open the bag on the right. I'd hate to see what even would come out of it.
And you
The
can
bag
look
on the
at
left is
you
still
can look
good.
at the timestamps as well. So
They're all there.
This is real.
This is real.
I don't know anyone
else.
else that does that.
No, it gets better. Arj, we had somebody call us in December that said they had hamburger buns from the summer, and they threw them in the back of their fridge and from June, and they were marked like July, and they're still good in December. I always tell people, if you really want to see how good the card is, if you have a loaf of bread, take the last couple pieces, throw it in the back of your fridge. Go back 4 months, the bread will still be good, and it'll have a date on it because all the bread is always date stamped. So it's really pretty cool test, but it works every time. And it's funny, sometimes you find stuff in the back of your fridge and it's like, wow, this is still good. And even though it was back there, you know. Anyways, bread's amazing.
I actually have kiwis from December that I left at the bottom drawer just to see what happens. They're still fine from December.
Wow. Very cool. Is that a Florida kiwi or an Australian kiwi?
I'm gonna go. It's probably a Florida kiwi. And from here, we got some Bovi testing. This is a great test.
Yeah, because the energy off the card's amazing. So you're going to see there's a couple things in this test. One is the EMF load was reduced just by running water over the card. EMF is picked up by every fruit and vegetable that's out there. Why? Because it contains water. Why? Water picks up everything. So reducing the EMF load is good for you. There's nothing beneficial about adding EMF to products. Except, your phone's not going to work without it. You wouldn't be able to see me without EMF. Anyways, but you don't really want to eat it and feel it. So the EMF load went down like 25% running water over it. But the energy increased 400% just by running water over the card. That is amazing. RJ, press play and let's hear.
The Bovi value is a measurement of the life energy, of the vital force in products and in people. And it's called after a physician in France. He was between the First and the Second World War responsible for the quality of the food of the French soldiers. And he was an expert in doing radiesthesia, just measuring the Bovi value. And for every fruit and vegetables, he knew after 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 days what the vitality, the Bovi value of the vegetables were. So when a bunch of fruit was delivered at the military, he could easily measure the vitality, and then he knew, it is okay for another week, for another 2 weeks. So it was a quality test for how fresh and how vital the vegetables are.
So now let's go to the food freshness card. You tested that. How did you test it?
Well, exactly the same way, just running water over it. And this card is 2 times bigger than the earthing card. But I was really amazed. 73,800 Bovi value just by pouring water over it.
That's a 400% increase. Now, if this was near food, what do you think it would do to our food? Because first of all, let's start with water. We are 60 to 70% water. There's nobody fights that. Fruit, vegetables, high percentage of water. Water picks up everything. Water's a great substrate. So if the food freshness card was near some food, what do you think the food would be for your body?
Well, much more healthier, because it's not only the vitality which increases, but the negative information decreases too. So the vegetable is purified by the food freshness card. So I started the new test already. The test of a jar of 1 liter water, put on the freshness card and on the earthing card. And I will show you results.
You've been testing. I love it.
Good testing. This is the water we start with.
Yeah.
These are the results of the test we just spoke to each other about.
Yeah.
And here you see the test was 24 hours, 1 liter. And you see, this was already amazing. I can't read it now from behind, but see how it's almost 100,000.
Yes.
On the earthing card, and that's almost 150,000 for the freshness card.
Wow.
And this is really good, because I performed quite a lot of tests for people who said who had energy boards, but they never come higher than 90,000 Bovi.
That's amazing. And you did that within a week.
And now in one day, 24 hours.
So we're doing good.
Yes, you can say really that you are doing good, yes.
All right.
Arch, in one day, I thought the numbers were a week, especially when he said, good is 90,000. And that's what these people, he tests water for like states and countries. And, their goal to increase the energy is 90,000 bovine. We hit 150,000 in one day, which is amazing with just one card. So we're pretty proud of that.
Yeah, he mentioned that, the Bovi value target was 90,000. That was
right.
the target, and they couldn't get that.
That's their goal. We hit that just running water over it. We passed that. These people, it sits on it. They run through it, machines, and, trying to up the energy. And we're pretty good at it. Anyways. All right. What else do we have, Arch?
I think let's see if anyone wants to share some stories, or if we have anybody that'd like to say anything, hop on real quick.
Yeah, Harry wants to say something.
All right,
Harry, welcome
Harry.
Australia. In the middle of the night, Harry. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah, mate, it's about 1:17 a.m. here. And like I said before, as I shared my story, it's funny how I've got stuff here to prove everything that I've still got. Um, I've got Honduras coffee, organic coffee here. And on the packet, it says used by October 2022, and it's still as fresh. I've got an open packet here, which is a little bit earlier. Like I said earlier now, because it says used by December 2023, right? Now I'm still using that. That's as fresh can be, right? And you wouldn't believe it. Can you believe it? Still got my gluten-free bread. I've got my gluten-free bread here, and it says here, this has been in the freezer with the freshness card, as it's in the freezer with my meat and that as well. And it basically says here, I think it says here, used by 2023 as well. I read it just before. I'll just read it to you so you can, yeah. Best use before the 1st of September 2022. Now you can still eat that loaf of bread. All you got to do is unfreeze it and let it sit for a little while and just toast it, possibly, or do whatever you want to do with it. Anyway, I don't eat much bread. You can see I keep it on hand in case there's going to be a famine. And the other thing I've got here, I've got this mozzarella cheese, and it doesn't have dates on here, but oh yes, it does. It says best use 3rd of the 6th, 2023. And it's still usable. That's last June, last year. How about that? That's 12 months. And all I can say, Rick and RJ, look, the food freshness card, I sleep on it. I sleep on 2 of them as well. I use and run the water. I've got my water sitting on a Vitality Health card as well, which is sort of, it's I put all my water on it anyway. But all I can say is that if you stay with the freshness card, you got to stay fresher longer. And I get disappointed with the amount of food that we all throw away, It's just incredible, really. But it's sad because every time you do throw it out, there goes another $20, $30, $40. The end of the year, you can save it up, maybe take a trip somewhere. But anyway, keep up the good work. And I do all my water with it every day. I won't drink a drop of water without sitting on the food freshness card. But lots of love to you guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you,
Thank
Harry.
you.
That was wonderful.
Thank you, Harry from Australia.
Woo!
We're going to go to Nate in a second, Arj. I just got to tell everybody, my wife used to read those good for you dates by like on yogurt and stuff and just throw them away because we can eat yogurt months after the date and it's fine. And that was one of the reasons why we invented the food freshness card. I'm watching all this stuff get thrown away. And berries would mold like before we could use them. So, anyways, let's hear from Nate in the middle of the U.S.
Okay, you got to unmute me. Unmute me.
We got you. I got you loud and clear, Nate.
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Okay. I tell you what, one thing I got to tell you about the food freshness card. This is my daughter. We keep a food freshness card on a jug of water, but she found out by putting it in the sun all day with the food freshness card is amazing. But that isn't why I was calling. I was getting ready for a Father's Day event tomorrow and found in the back of the fridge, sitting on the food freshness card, you will not believe this, and I couldn't believe it because it just happened before the call. This bag of grapes. I'm trying to see if I can zoom in on it. You can see it. Let me see if we can get a better picture. Okay.
It's probably because of the blurred background.
Let me see if I can. Well, anything better? Anyway, this bag of grapes, I'm going to tell you. There it is. That's a little better. Okay. See that?
Perfect.
No,
they look good.
These grapes have been in the refrigerator. No one's going to believe this, for over a month. At least over a month. And they are perfectly fine. Now, grapes do not last. They do not last. Okay. Just a fact of life. No mold. They're perfectly fine. They've been in the fridge. I'm telling you, they were buried. But they are absolutely. I could not believe when I pulled it out this morning. I said, these things are great. I can't believe this. So pretty exciting, and love the food freshness card, but try it for yourself. I'm amazed. That's all I can say. So that's my story, but I tell you what, it's phenomenal.
Thank you, Nate. I love it. You know, it is funny because you add more stuff to the fridge and it just gets pushed back. You know,
Right.
and I get it. I get it. Well, that is awesome. Thank you, Nate. And I know you love the food freshness card, and so do I. I hate throwing things away. I am not that person. You know, I'll eat it, but it stays good. A month on grapes is huge. They usually get the mold right at the stem.
It was
And-
probably up, but yeah.
You know what I mean? Like that ugly, yucky. And then you look at it and you're like, well, maybe I can eat the bottom, you know?
Well,
Yeah,
it-
while on grapes, remember our friends from California? They told us that they saw the grapes growing.
Oh, yes.
Our friends
We
from
were,
Cali.
we were on a call with California, and the guy says, you know, in my fridge, it grew little green grapes on the vine in my fridge on top of the food fresh cart. I've never seen anything like it. He goes, it was actually growing little grapes in the fridge. And he goes, you know, besides being fresh, he goes, these things are growing grapes and they're good. They're sweet. And he was like shocked. You're right. I forgot about that. Jim,
Yep.
our man, Jim. All right. RJ, are we good? Is there anybody
Let's see.
else?
Is there anyone else that wants to share? Have a quick word on the food card? Any uses? Any stories? Anything funny? Anything cool? Let's see. Yeah.
All right. All right. Then what do we got, Arj?
Let's see. All right. What we have is now let's go back over here.
We gotta have a special on it.
Of course we have a special, but before we
Do your Christmas shopping with the food freshness card. Best gift you'll ever give somebody, honestly. And we have a special, and it's not going to be there forever. I'll tell you that.
and here we go. So we'll go to specials. We'll cut